So, good morning, students. Today we will start the chapter number 8, Silk Road, that is written by Nick Middleton. The chapter is from our book Hornbill. So, let's start with the introduction of this chapter. The writer describes his pilgrimage to Mount Kailash. He wants to be more adventurous than to be religious. As he starts from Ravu towards Kailash, he describes all the things he sees: landscape, people, and animals. He goes to Mount Kailash to do the Kora with other pilgrims. तो कवि जो यहाँ है माउंट कैलाश की जो अपनी धार्मिक तीर्थ यात्रा करता है उसका लेखक वर्णन कर रहा है। वह अपनी यात्रा को और भी ज्यादा मनोरंजक बनाना चाहता है बजाय कि धार्मिक। एज ही स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम रावू टूवर्ड्स कैलाश, जैसे कि वह अपनी यात्रा की शुरुआत करता है रावू से कैलाश की ओर। ऑल द थिंग ही सीज, और रास्ते में अपनी यात्रा के दौरान वो जितनी भी चीजें देखता है, चाहे वो लैंडस्केप हो यानी भूदृश्य हो, लोग हो या जानवर हो, सभी का वह वर्णन यहाँ कर रहा है। He goes to Mount Kailash to do the Kora with other pilgrims. So now let's start with the summary part of this chapter. First, the journey begins. It was early morning when the author left Ravu. He told Lahamo that he was going towards Mount Kailash to complete the Kora. As this Lahamo gave him a gift of long-sleeved sheepskin coat. Then he took shortcut. Saturn was the driver of their vehicle. He knew the route to Mount Kailash. He told the author that if there was no snow, there would be no problem. Saturn took a shortcut from Ravu. This took them across the vast open grassy plains to the stony plains. The air was clean. Sometimes they saw a few gazelles and wild osses. Then mastiffs. The way through the hill started. On the way, they met solitary droka tending their flocks. Seeing the car, they would pause and stare at it. They also came across nomads, dark tents. Giant Tibetan mastiffs stood guard before these tents. These dogs would chase the other's car for 100 meters or so. The first big hindrance. They could see snow-capped mountains far away as they entered a valley where the river was wide. The turns now became sharper and the ride more comfortable. Then, after a while, the driver Satin had to stop. The author's companion Daniel also came out of the car. There was now capped route ahead for 13 meters. About 15 meters. After which the dusty trail could be seen again. The three men took handful of dirt and flung it on the icy surface. Then Saturn got in and drove the car carefully across the dusty snow. It happened the height of 5,210 meters. Next hurdle. There was another blockage after about 10 minutes, but somehow Saturn negotiated it. The author felt a terrible headache. Finally, they reached the top of the pass at 5,515 meters. It was marked by a large cairn of rocks. They all took a turn round the claim according to the tradition. Then they careered down the other side of the pass. Now the author's had cleared and they stopped for lunch. The town hall. By late afternoon, they had reached the small town of Hor. Here Daniel parted company as he returned to Lhasa. Hor seemed a grim place. Although the town was on the shore of Lake Mansarovar, the most venerated stretch of water, it seemed a dirty place. Anyway, the author was within striking distance of Mount Kailash and was eager to forge ahead, but he had to wait. The car tires had suffered two punctures, one after the other, and they had to be fixed. The town Darchen. They started after about half an hour. It was 10:30 p.m. when the car drew outside a guest house in Drechin. The author had to pass a troublesome night at the height of 4,760 meters. In the morning, Satin took him to the Darjan Medical College. The Tibetan doctor gave him some medicine and assured him that he would be able to do the Kora. The medicine had its effect, and that night the author slept well. Seeing that the author was now well, Satin went back, leaving him alone. Then the town Durhan seemed tolerable, but the author was worried because he could not see the pilgrims, which he very much expected. In fact, he had timed his arrival to coincide with the season for pilgrimage. There was a cafe in Darchen. One afternoon, the author sat there thinking what to do. He thought that he could only wait because he dared not go alone on pilgrimage. While he was thus lost in his thoughts, a man called Norbu came there. Seeing an English novel in the author's hand, he came to him. He sought the author's permission to sit opposite him. After introducing himself, he told the author that he had come to do the Kora. The author was as glad to find his company as Norbu was find to the author. So this was the complete introduction and summary part of the chapter. The text part of the chapter we will continue with the next tomorrow's class. If you have any doubt or any confusion in this part, then you can contact to me. Till then, thank you very much.